Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everybody. My next guests are from a very special organization that we have here in the Coastal Bend. It's very special, especially for military personnel, first responders, and those who may have come back from war or an engagement with deep concerns. This is important because they need a place, a very special place to go. So please welcome Mr. David Jones and Mr. George Evans. Now, David is the Vice President of the Warriors United.
Yes, sir.
Do you call it a retreat center or a house? What is that called?
We call it Rockport Warriors United Veterans Retreat Center.
Okay. And then we have George Evans over here, who's got a school named after him, actually.
Well, it's not so much mine, but anyway, yeah.
Not related. So I remember when you got started, what, it was 2 years ago? After Harvey?
It was March 9th of 2018.
Okay. And you took a home. Was it your home?
We purchased it for the retreat.
You
owner.
purchased a property to be a retreat for military and first responders just to come hang out.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Well, it's important to my wife and I because we had a very personal friend before we moved down to Corpus who did a couple tours, and when he got back, we could never get him back. He mentally was not there. The VA wasn't helping him. The resources weren't available for him, and he ended up taking his life, and it struck my wife and I pretty hard. And my wife has done a lot of equine therapy for children with disabilities.
That's
and we wanted to
basically riding a horse.
just teaching them all the horse techniques, getting them involved with the horse, how to groom them. I mean, it's a place where the vet actually can be in the moment rather than
somewhere else.
Somewhere, everything going off in his mind.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes him present.
Yeah.
You know, you have a big old 1,400-pound horse.
Yeah.
You better be present.
You better be present. Now, George, you do the community outreach where you bring in the veterans, right?
Yes, sir.
And they're not just from the Coastal Bend, right?
No, sir. We've seen people from North Carolina, I believe it was.
North Carolina, Virginia.
Virginia.
How do they
We got a
find
few
out
coming
about
in from
this?
Word of mouth.
Really?
On Facebook.
Other buddies?
Other friends, yeah.
Yeah. And so they come. Now, you say there's a retreat. When you say retreat, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to have a campfire, we're going to do marshmallows. What is a retreat for you guys?
Well, if they want to do marshmallows, yeah, we'll light a fire and we'll do marshmallows. But it's mostly to come together and talk about things that they can't go to a hospital and talk about. They can't talk to other people.
The camaraderie.
The camaraderie that we've had as we served in the military, or when we get out, we still like that, or we need that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys know more than anybody that, you know, a young man, 18, 19, 20 years old, goes into the military. He goes through his basic training. He goes do things for us, for the country. And then he comes back with a lot of emotional baggage. And then they're dismissed, and they say, "Thank you for your service, bye."
Exactly.
You know, and you guys, and I remember the guys coming back from Vietnam. That was not a happy time. So this resource that you're providing for them is crucial, but it's not that often they can find it.
No, and that's one of we're trying to bridge a gap between the resources available for when they get out and lack of resources for them to be able, this is a place, a safe haven for them to come, just be with battle buddies, and be able to share stories with somebody that understands what they've gone through. They've actually had boots on the ground. They know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a lot of stories I could tell about vets, but we have people that have served come to our retreat and meet somebody that they served with 15 years ago, wow. 20 years ago, and they re-met. Our very first retreat, we had probably at least 50 vets at the very first retreat, and 5 of them from Rockport lived in the same neighborhood, less than 2 blocks from each other, and never even spoke. Didn't even know each other.
Wow, after the war.
Yeah, and now they're best of friends. They go fishing every day and they hang out.
Now, George, I was going to ask you about how many veterans have you touched in the last year?
Oh, we've at least over 8,000. Yeah,
8,000?
Yes, right. We
Wow.
take 24 veterans, at least 24 veterans to up to 28 can sleep at the retreat every Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we got them, but anyone who shows up.
8,000.
We're there. We're open 24/7.
Okay.
So
Now,
it's not just a retreat.
some people hearing out there not knowing that this exists, where do they find you and how can we support you guys? How can we help? Donations? Is it money? Is it blankets? What is it that you need?
Everything. As far as in-kind donations, sponsorships, getting with a lot of these companies in the coastal bend that want to partner with us to help veterans that we have. We have a huge veteran population down here in the coastal bend.
Yeah. So www.rockportwarriorsunited.com.
Yes, sir.
If they remember that much, you can find these guys, and they're going to be there to help other veterans who need a safe place.
Yes.
Thank you,
Purpose
guys.
and passion.
God bless you guys. I mean, it's a wonderful thing you're doing there.
Well, thank you.
Wonderful thing.
Thank you.